I'm gonna talk about the best areas to buy right now for the lowest price. We looked into what neighborhoods have seen the biggest drop and has the most potential for growth in this next quarter and then in this next year. A lead indicating source is the median home price has finally started to creep up, so it's not too late. Went from 369,000 down to 340, down to 332, but now it has creeped up to 349,000. As a bonus in this video, I'm gonna tell you what areas maybe you shouldn't buy based on what's going on in that town, in that neighborhood. First area that we're gonna look at is one of my favorites, Stone Oak. Stone Oak has an average sales price of $533,317, 183 total listings, who cares about the walking score, and safer than 67% according to NBR. Now, Stone Oak is one of the hottest neighborhoods. I did a whole video on Stone Oak, but it is very desirable because of the location, the school districts are highly rated. And if we look at the past 6 months in the market trends, we see that it's actually starting to dip. So the average sales have been only 25, but the average sales price has gone up to 475,000. But as you can see, it's coming down, which is a little unusual for Stone Oak because the last 2 years, Stone Oak has increased about $75,000 in average sold price. So as we look at the current prices for Stone Oak, you got 730, you got 430, you got 757. The prices do vary. This is 1.6. But you can get into Stone Oak right now for $365,000, which is crazy and would not have happened 4 months ago. Elementary schools in Stone Oak are really, really highly rated. You got Wilderness Oak rated at 10, Hardy Oak rated 10. It's a rare opportunity to be able to buy a $365,000 home right next to or down the street from $1 million home. And everybody goes to the same areas in the same school district, so it's definitely an area you should watch out for. Would I recommend buying in Stone Oak? Hell to the yeah. Our next area is going to be Helotes. I talk about Helotes a lot in my videos. Very desired area on the far northwest side of town. And this one I'm going to tell you, not a good idea to buy. Helotes has an average sales price of $755,368, 89 total listings, and safer than 94% of other neighborhoods, according to NBR. They're actually still going up. That area has not seen an average sales price of this much in the past 2 years. So it looks like it's continuing to go up and it may have a correction. The lot sizes in Helotes are typically much larger and you have the foothills of the hill country. It's a very beautiful area. If we look at what you can buy in Helotes, it ranges from 500 to 700, even all the way down to 340,000. But that area of Helotes is not in the same school district as a different part of Helotes. So you have a lot of variation, and honestly, the closer you get to 1604 in Shanefield, the busier it gets. So like this area right here gets very, very congested right in this area, and also the lot sizes are a lot smaller. Do you think it's a good time to buy in San Antonio? Let me know. Next up is Converse, Texas. I always get blown up in the comments asking for information about Converse. Converse is really conveniently located on the edge of San Antonio. It's very close to Randolph Air Force Base, and there's a lot of communities with access to 1604, 35, and I-10, so it's like a perfect location for a town. Average sales price is a little bit less than San Antonio at $313,482, 149 total listings, and safer than 63% according to NBR. Now, what's interesting about the market trends in Converse is as rates were really low back in February, March, January, the sold number actually stayed pretty steady and prices kept going up as rates went up. The demand in Converse is very, very high just because of the location. Everybody's being pushed out of neighborhoods back in the bidding wars. So it was a really great place to buy. As we look at these homes around Converse, they're gonna be very similar in 300s, 290s, 350s, and all around this area. There's a good amount to choose from, and you don't really have to deal with a lot of the bidding wars. Converse stood the test of time. I think it is a great place to buy because it's one of those areas that's really never gonna change because of the proximity of where it is to the base, all the amenities that are on 1604 and 35. You have the corridor, which is super hot, and it's probably the easiest access all the way down to the downtown area, the Pearl, all that cool stuff. I think it's a good area to buy, but let me know what you think about Converse. This next area is going to shock you. Bulverde has a very small population and it exploded in the last 2 years. We knew about Johnson Ranch because homes were starting to sell in the 200s, and now Johnson Ranch has an average sales price of $714,000, safer than 89% according to NBR. To me, with all the infrastructure that's going on, there's less people selling, which I think the sold numbers are so low. And this is an epic place to buy your home or investment. There's so much to do around 281. There's the river, there's Canyon Lake, there's a straight shot to Stone Oak, to downtown, the airport. Everything's within a shot, let's say about 15 minutes. Johnson Ranch is very diverse in its prices. You have some houses that are 1.2 million, then it goes down to 589, and then down to 425. Being able to buy a home about half of the average sold price is a really good opportunity. Population only says in Johnson Ranch 200 because it's a neighborhood. There's other neighborhoods around it, but I just wanted to pick Johnson Ranch because I thought the numbers were astounding. Next one on the list is also a very popular one. It has one of my favorite breweries in San Antonio, which is Gather Brewing in Universal City, Texas. Average sales price in Universal City is $421,963. Total of 65 listings, safer than 45% according to NBR. Universal City homes were built around the 1990s. There weren't a lot of developments that happened in the past 10 years in Universal City in terms of the residential developments. The lots are a little bit bigger, which is why its neighbor next door, the average sales price is around $100,000 less. So the properties can vary a good amount. You have some properties for $485,000 with about a half an acre, very close to the highway. Then it goes up to $650, this is a quadplex, $575, and then down to $271, which is more of a production type neighborhood where they have a model home and then they kind of build it all around it. These type of production style homes were built to accommodate the base. So there's a lot of resale that's happening in the area because of all the movement. There's a huge development here, which is the Forum. It's still an amazing area for commercial, lots of stores to choose from. The traffic isn't terrible, but it could be better. For elementary schools in Universal City, you have 4 public elementary schools. You have Salinas Elementary, Coronado Village, Olympia, and Rose Garden. There's other charter schools and private schools in the area, but those are the public. There are businesses everywhere in Universal City. They're all scattered all around, but there's a lot of commerce happening in Universal City, so you have more amenities close by you, and it doesn't really feel like a suburb, but it is a suburb of San Antonio. If you want the ranch style home and you want a wider lot and you're okay with a little bit of an older home, Universal City is definitely a great place to buy, especially that prices are coming down a little bit. Next one up is one of my favorite suburbs, and the largest suburb around San Antonio is Schertz, Texas. Schertz is about 10 minutes from San Antonio, and it's in 3 different counties. It's in Comal County, Guadalupe County, and Bexar County. Bexar County has the highest taxes. I did a whole video of Schertz, Texas, explaining the different areas and the different neighborhoods. Average sales price in Schertz is $466,910. Median sales price is $436. 293 total listings. Population of 32,000 people. Is Schertz a great place to buy? I don't know. It is a very desirable area. People love Schertz, but the prices are going up. Even with the market shift, even with increased rates, you still have a median house price going up to $400,000 and 84 homes sold, and the homes sold kept pretty steady the last 6 months. I like to divide Schertz into 3 different areas. You have the Schertz that's right around the 35 corridor, then you have the downtown type area of Schertz, and then you have the farm and ranch type Schertz, which is right here. So as we look, I would say it's very common to see homes in about 375 and around the 300s, but then you also see homes in the older part of Schertz for 195. Because of the price hikes in Schertz, you can still find something affordable, but with all this growth, there could be even more growth with home equity. With all of these homes that are being dropped in price, the opportunity is great. As long as you look at the neighborhood in its entirety, the location, the potential for growth, you can't go wrong buying something here. The more information you have, the better decision you can make. As we go through these homes all around San Antonio, you see price drops $20,000, $11,000, $5,000, $15,000, $40,000, almost $40,000 price drops. There's a lot of opportunity out there, and there's a reason why institutional investors are coming to San Antonio. One more thing, if you're looking to move around San Antonio, our team would love the opportunity to help you. Shoot us a message. Thanks for watching.